everybody, welcome to the patch 12.21 notes. Now these notes are very, very small, which is something I have a lot of experience with, ladies. So without further ado, we only have nerfs to Belveth, Blitzcrank, and Misfortune. We only have buffs to Ahri, Corki, Malzahar, and Zhao. We have Ornn being adjusted, which I haven't actually seen yet. This is why you need to pay attention to the patch notes, not just the patch previews. If you only watch a patch previews, you're not going to get what actually comes into the game. So all of you here, you're the smart ones. All of you, you're beautiful, smart, and intelligent. And if you want to prove that, make sure to like this video and leave a comment down below. So first off, we have Cassante is coming out on November 3rd. That should be tomorrow. So when you watch this video, he should be out tomorrow. Unless you're European, then the time zones get a little bit weird. Okay, Ahri. Ryan said they were only going to buff champions who were very underpowered. Ahri was not very underpowered, and in fact was actually only slightly, maybe a tiny bit underpowered. But she has a lot of porn, and therefore Ahri will be being buffed. I make this joke every time, yes I do. Orb of Deception is getting its mana cost reduced, and it's getting its AP ratio increased. I don't really think Ahri needed a buff, but okay. If anything, maybe like give her a little bit more health. I don't think she really needed more damage. She was actually still decent, just a tiny smidgen of underpowered. Belveth is one of the most broken champions in the entire game right now. Potentially strong contender for the most broken champion in the game. As such, she's getting a nerf to completely irrelevant things about her kit. The cooldown on her Royal Maelstrom is going up by 2. That it doesn't really do much, actually. I'll be blunt with you. She only uses it once per fight, so I highly doubt this is gonna do anything. We're getting through these patch notes fast, because I'm gonna be honest, there's not much here to go over, and I know you guys are busy. You got busy days, you know, you got stuff to do. I know you got important stuff to do, you got places to be, so I don't want to keep you here too long. Her R is not actually having anything about her nerfed. No, instead they're nerfing her voidlings, the little void guys she summons out. They will have less health. That's definitely when I thought Belveth was like the most broken champion in the game. I thought, damn it, we really need to nerf the cooldown on her ability she only uses once per fight, and the health on her voidling summons. Those are definitely the two things that are gonna balance this champion out. Blitzcrank. Again, I'm gonna make the same joke I always make. Blitzcrank was very overpowered because they made him able to leash better by doing more damage to the jungle. They made him do more damage to Dragon, to Baron. This made support Blitzcrank really overpowered. And so they're nerfing support Blitzcrank now, and they're not buffing jungle Blitzcrank. So basically, Jungle Blitzcrank got Support Blitzcrank nerfed. Now Support Blitzcrank is this weird position where he has to kind of like, in order to utilize his maximum power, he needs to like give good leashes and do dragons and stuff. So I'm making a joke that this was an awful idea. I don't know who thought this was ever a smart idea. Riot has made this same mistakes so many times. I'm kind of mind blown that they're still making this mistake. So let me explain here. Every champion in the game does Dragon, does Baron, clears the jungle at some point. So you can't just buff a champion's ability to clear the jungle without buffing them, because obviously you now buffed them. So when you made a support champion who can frequently go help his jungle do objectives, who can leash early game, who can help their AD carry get the jungle gold, well yeah, obviously that's a large buff. At any rate, his base health is being nerfed, his base magic resist is also being nerfed, and his attack speed from his W is being, you guessed it, nerfed. Blitzcrank will now be a good bit squishier and have less damage. So, okay. Quirky. I want to read this one. Quirky's been flying low. I don't want to read it anymore. Base stats. Health growth up from 101 to 105. Base attack damage up from 2.5 to 2.8. That's per level. So this is what I like to call, I know I've made this joke before, but I'll keep making it because it keeps being funny because I'm hilarious. Corky got what I like to call a win rate buff. In other words, they want him to have a higher win rate, obviously. So, do they want to buff his poke? No. Do they want to buff his burst? Well, no. Do they want to buff his mobility, his mana costs? Well, no. No, they don't want to buff anything about him. They just want his win rate to go up. So they give him more health per level and more damage per level. It's a win rate buff. Not really that much interesting to talk about here. Malzahar. Okay, so Malzahar is getting a thing where when he puts his space aids on people, if they're below 15 to 45 health, that's levels 1 to 11, scaling up, it will now execute that minion. This means that every low-ranking Malzahar will now get a perfect 200 CS at 20 minutes game. This means that at the high rank, Malzahars will still be useless because he's Malzahar. I don't really know what to say here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that this is I'm gonna skip this song. I know that this is like an interesting buff. Like it definitely helps with a lot of what's annoying about the champion. So I do agree it's a good buff. I do agree. I think this is a good thing overall. So I'll give it to Riot. Actually, no complaints. That's good. Misfortune. Her E is getting its magic damage changed. Instead of 100% AP, it will now be 120% AP. It's getting its slow nerfed. Instead of a 50% flat slow, it'll now be a 40% flat slow. I can't pronounce, wow. The AP ratio on the slow is being buffed from 4% to 6%. So at 500, yes, at 500, I had to double check that in my head. 500 ability power, it equals out. Above 500 ability power, you slow more. So like, basically that's never gonna happen, ever. Bullet time is also getting its AP ratio buffed. So they're buffing her AP ratio 3 different times, but they're nerfing her flat slow. What is the point of this? I'm gonna be dead honest, I don't really know, because I really do not want to fight AP Misfortune support. I don't want AP Misfortune support on my team. I don't want anyone to have to experience AP Misfortune support. It's bad when it's on your team, it's bad when it's against you, because then you feel bad for the opposing team that they got Misfortune support. So can we maybe stop pushing that, Riot? Thanks. Okay. Ornn. Okay, this is just a buff. I'm confused. Sometimes there are bugs that end up becoming features. Ornn's ultimate has been inflicting a 60% slow for some time now, and we decided to make this feature official as of this patch. Whoops. Note, this will result in no change compared to the live patch. So at some point they must have buffed Ornn without a patch note, without anyone noticing, probably an accident. They must have buffed him, so instead of having a 40 to 60% slow on his ultimate, he had a 60% slow at all ranks. Rather than nerf him by making his ultimate work, you know, like on the tooltip, they just decided they'd update the tooltip to how it's been working for a very long time, I imagine. I actually think that's a good change. You don't want to nerf a champion just because the tooltip is wrong. You know, it's not like his win rate is overpowered or anything like that. The dude isn't doing anything wrong, right? It's just he just had a bigger slow than it said, you know? I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Some guys are bigger than they say because they're embarrassed about how big they are. Xin Zhao, okay. So this one, the charge cooldown is going from 12 to 11. They had it typoed 12 to 1, as we all suspected, 12 to 11. They were not giving Xin Zhao a 1 second cooldown on his charge. I know, the patch preview, I guess it was just wrong. The heal is being buffed. The AP ratio on his heal is going up. If you have Baron buff, this affects you, I suppose. Now the third hit bonus damage is going up, and this one is the important one. Instead of 15 to 45% AD on every third hit as bonus damage, you now get 15 to 60% bonus AD on every third hit. That is a pretty decent buff. That means in the late game, he'll do 15% more AD every third hit. It's not game breaking, it's not insane, but it should hopefully be enough that he can, you know, kill people a bit more, maybe scale a bit better. I don't know, Xin Zhao's pretty bad right now. So between these two buffs, yeah, he'll do a bit better. Okay, We're shortening the remake timers so that you're able to remake a match when someone's absence would start affecting the match's competitive integrity. They got gone from the start of the game. This patch isn't significantly modifying the understanding systems. Okay, so you can now remake a game at 1 minute 30 seconds instead of 3 minutes if someone doesn't connect. That's probably fine, actually. I think that's a good idea, because I mean, how often would you get in a game and someone was like gone for like 2.5 minutes, and right as they're about to go for the remake, he reconnects and gets back in the game? Or it could be a troll, or not a troll, it could be a disconnecting man or a woman, right? Like, you know, let's not be sexist here. Women can ruin your games too, men. At any rate, a guy comes back in at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and maybe he's a bot laner, maybe he's a jungler, and it's too late, and your team has to play from behind the entire game, and you know, you can't really do it. He gets invaded, or if it's bot lane, the bot laner has been zoned off like the entire first 3 waves, right? So you know, like, yeah, I mean, this is a fair change, you know. Yeah. Bug fixes. Fixed a bug where champion clones would not receive increased damage from consecutive turret shots. Fixed a bug where Syndra's E would not do damage to epic monsters other than Rift Herald. Syndra's E only hurt Rift Herald. That's a bit racist, I think. Fixed a bug where Syndra's E could damage Gwen inside of her own W. But can it damage Gwen inside of other people's Ws then? Fixed a bug where Viego in Syndra form would not release units picked up with her W after stopping possession of Syndra. So I guess he could pick something up, and then he could leave the Syndra form, and then he would have them picked up forever? Could be annoying if it was like Annie Tibbers or something like that. Fixed a bug where Nyla's Q passive shield duration did not match the ability tooltip. Is that a buff or a nerf though? Is that lasting too long or too little? Riot should actually clarify that one, because if it was lasting too long and you're nerfing it, then that should be listed as a nerf. If it was lasting too short and you're buffing it, then that should be listed as a buff, right? I think we could all agree on that one. Fixed a bug where Mordekaiser's EVFX would sometimes play twice per cast. Fixed a bug where Yumi's W adaptive force buff would disappear in allies affected by specific debuffs. So you could effectively debuff someone and Yumi would stop doing anything? Fixed a bug where enemies hit by Rakan's RW combo would be able to use items and abilities while airborne. Yeah, I mean, I've done that a lot, so okay, fair enough, right? Fixed a bug where Darius' R would sometimes not reset its cooldown if the target died a moment before taking damage. I've never had that happen, but if it did, I would be quite frustrated. Remove the show enemy information tooltips option from the game. Show enemy information tooltips. Removed the functionality years ago, but we're finally turning off the option, which did nothing. Show enemy information tooltips. Was that a thing? Okay, let's look at the new skins. We got Empyrean Cassante. I don't know who he looks like, but he's reminding me of somebody, man. Yeah, no, he looks pretty... Yeah, I can imagine using that. Prestige Empyrean Cassante. I'm confused because here is Empyrean. He does not show any skin. And here is Prestige Empyrean. And he is now showing all the skin, which seems to have very different art directions. Empyrean Pike looks like Empyrean Pike. Not much to say. Okay. Empyrean Jax. He's got like the little hat. He's got like the little, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it. Empyrean Chin. Honestly, Empyrean Pike just looks like the vanilla default. Like, this is like your character before you customize it, right? And I think the other ones are the customized versions of it. It's like, here's Empyrean Jin. Empyrean Lux. Did she really need to have a skirt? Like, the extremely skin-tight bodysuit wasn't enough. They were like, how are we gonna know that she's a girl? Other than the, you know, people won't know it's a woman. She needs a skirt. She needs that skirt, man. She needs it. Empyrean Vex. I don't know what this looks like. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need to see it in game. I mean, it's nice art. It just doesn't tell very much what it is. Empyrean Zac. Wait, Zac got a skin? I thought we agreed that Zac doesn't get a skin. Oh man, we didn't even get Cum Zac. We got Lame Zac. Empyrean Zed. Yeah, I mean, it's Zed. I don't know. This one's lame. Okay, so we got Empyrean Cassante. Let me give this the old zoomy doomy. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. I don't know what to say. It looks cool to me, man. Looks cool to me. And I forgot this. We gotta get it out here. Empyrean Pike. Looks cool. Pike. Pike don't miss, man. Pike don't miss. Empyrean Jax. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty cool. A lot of these look cool. In fact, I mean, I haven't been going over the chromas because I think all the chromas look cool so far. Yeah, once again, no complaints. Pretty good list of chromas. Pretty good options. You could find something for everybody in here, man. Empyrean Jin. I mean, oh, this one kind of looks lame in game. I'm not sure I'd ever actually use this one. I know what they were going for, but I don't think they hit the mark. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't know what it looks like, but it don't look right to me. Empyrean Lux. I think it's like a really good idea. I'm gonna level with you guys. I'm gonna level with you. I think it's a really good idea. I think people use it at first, but there's no way people will continue to use this. They're just gonna go right back to their super weeb skin like 7 seconds from now. Unless these like graphics and stuff look really cool. I think the problem is it still looks too much just like Lux. It's basically like if you just took Lux and you put her in a skin tight bodysuit and then you put a helmet on her. And I know that's like, yeah, in a literal sense that's what it is, right? But it looks too much still like Lux. Do you know what I mean? Like if you go to Jax, this doesn't just look like, man, what if Jax had a skin tight bodysuit and a helmet, right? Like it doesn't just look like that. But like with the Lux one, it's like they wanted everyone to know like this is a woman. We can't put any weird features on her or anything that would detract from her womanhood, right? Like it's a, like I don't know, it's too much. It's just Lux. I don't think it's gonna be very popular. That's my blunt opinion. Okay, so then we got Empyrean Vex. Yeah, see, like this looks really cool as hell. Like I don't know what to say. Like with the Lux skin, it was just this is Lux, right? But like with the Vex skin, they went with a pretty cool different direction with it. No, like I could see a reason to use this if I like other Vex skins, which I don't. But if I did, hypothetically, which I don't, but if I did, which I don't, but if I did, then I would think that this is pretty good still, and I might use it every so often, right? Empyrean Zac. Oh man, isn't this just that one skin? You know what I mean? Isn't this just that one skin, but better? I can't remember its name right now. I'm not gonna go look it up, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, no, I mean, it looks good, but like, I think it looks good, but like, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I don't know. It's like Zac, so you can tell he's not getting like their A game, right? Like the guy comes into work, he's like, okay, I put 12 hours into the Lux skin. Like, oh, you need to do Zac, and he's like, I did find Zac skin. There you go. If you're in Zac, sorry, Zed. Man, unless his graphics and stuff is cool, I feel like this is kind of going with the problem the Lux skin has. It's like they're trying too hard to make sure that it's still Zed. You know, they're like everyone, make sure you know that this is just Zed with the bodysuit, right? Like it's just Zed with a bodysuit. I don't know, just me, because like when I look at like the Vex one, is this just Vex with the bodysuit? No, it's got like the little flames, it's got like the little face thing going on. It's, you know, it's like it's different. But then the Lux, it's just Lux in a bodysuit and a helmet, right? Like when we look at the Jax one, like this is different, right? Like it's doing different things. It's trying, like the helmet is different, the staff is different, everything's different, right? I don't know. Some of them too generic. That's it for this patch. So not that big a patch. Got through this pretty quickly. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.